Hi guys, so today we're gonna learn about the page layout and we will start it with theory today. Okay, so when it comes to the page layout, okay, as the name says, the layout of the page, which means you're gonna define how will be the fields, the appearance of the fields. So you will be managing through layout. So that we're gonna learn today. So now when it comes to key things which you guys have to keep in mind is one is fields, second is related list, third is mobile and lightning actions. Okay, you guys have to just focus on these three things while learning for the layout side. Okay, in the fields you will be learning adding slash removing the fields. Okay. On page layout. Next thing which you guys are learning is creating sections, or you can say dividing fields in sections. Okay. Next is to make field as read only or required. Okay. This is the next thing which you guys will be learning. Okay. In related list, you will be just learning how you can add or remove, adding and removing the related list. One thing. Second is add columns to related list. Okay. That's all you will be learning on the related list side. Even buttons. So buttons on related list. Next is mobile and lightning actions. These are nothing but the buttons on the layout. The buttons which you see, that's those are called mobile and lightning actions. For this also you will be learning how can you add or remove buttons on layout. That's it. In this you guys will be learning this much. So now let's go ahead and deep dive on these three things when it comes to the layout. Now you go to Salesforce, go to your particular object which you want to design. So let's suppose we're gonna design account, which is a standard object. Okay. Or let's suppose let's go with custom object student for now. Okay. Let's go with students. Then fields. Okay. We will see how many fields are there. So yeah, we have pretty fine fields available. So in order to design or access page layout, you have to go to page layout section. And there you will be able to see the page layout. Now here, you click on it, it opens up. Okay. So as I told you, three things. One is fields, another is mobile lightning actions, next is related list. Only these three things you have to keep in mind. Other thing, no use. I mean, you can ignore them up, being very frank. You will be learning them after 1 or 2 years in your life when you will be working. Until then, it will not be useful to learn. So let's not learn extra things which are not useful for your career when you are starting. So let's focus on fields first. So here, when you click on the fields, you will be able to see the fields which are available for your student object. Now, all fields are grayed out. It means these fields are there on the layout. If you click on any field, it will navigate you onto that field where it is placed. So it's placed here on the layout. Okay, in parallel, I'll be opening the layout also so that you guys will be having a quick overview for that. Okay, so let me open the layout for the student. Okay, you go to tab, you go to its record. That is the place where you can, see how the layout looks like. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, the way it is placed here, the same way you can see them here. Okay, now next thing. Okay, as I told you, as part of our session, we will add and removing. So if you want to remove it, drag it from the bottom put it on the top. So see, one field is removed. Similarly, you can remove any number of fields from here. Okay. And if you save it, you can easily, once you save it, so there is a two buttons here, save and quick save. So in interview for one of my student, the question was, what's the difference between save and quick save? So when you save it, you will navigate back to the page layout. Okay. You see, if I saved it, I'm navigated back to the page layout section. But when I do quick save, you will not be redirected back. Rather, you will be still on the same page and you can do further edits. Okay. In quick save, it means you still be on the same page and now from here you can do more edits. Okay. So now if you refresh the page, the fields which you have removed will not be visible on your screen, which is nothing but the detail section for your record. Okay. From here, those will be removed. If you don't see them removed, it means the page is not refreshed because of cache problem. So you can use the same thing, hard refresh, okay, which is available here. Once you do the hard refresh, you should be able to see the updated layout. See, it's updated. So that's how the add and remove works. So, okay, to add it, you have to just drag it from top to bottom. Simple. Wherever you see green, you drop it there. If you try to add these field bottom, okay, let's suppose you come here. If you see, it's not draggable. The cross icon is coming, right? You cannot put it anywhere. So there is a predefined section where you can put it, which is field section, which is available here. Okay. So you can put it here itself. So that's how it works. So let me drag all the fields. You can drag it here also. There are two ways. Okay. I mean, the layout is divided into two columns. So one column is this, another column is here. So you can segregate it into, sections. That's how you can do it. This is for the readability basically. Since admin will be working, so he don't need to scroll complete page. Rather, he can put the fields in two sections. It would be easy to access that. Okay, again, same hard refresh. Now you guys will be having a question, again and again you have to hard refresh. It's again time consuming. Okay, so in order to stop that, okay, let's do one quick change. So we need to remove the cache which is getting stored in the browser for the Salesforce. So for that you have to go to setup, then home, search session settings. Okay, once you come in session setting, search for cache, and you will see that there is a checkbox, enable secure person caching, these two checkbox. You just have to uncheck them and save it. With this problem will not happen again, and it won't impact any functionality or anything in Salesforce. Okay. Now you can, if you refresh it from here one time, it will replicate at the same time. Okay. The updated layout will appear. So this is all about the layout. Okay. Now, which is field section. Now let's move ahead with next step. How can you add a section? So this is the section. I'll drag it from here, put it here. So now let's suppose I want to, because if you see, what's the use of section basically? So on one layout, you can see the fields are there in two columns, but there's no headings for this. Let's suppose I want a heading that uh, student personal detail, student fees detail, or you can say student parent detail. So there should be a separate section divide which can divide and can easily be distinguished between other fields. How can you distinguish fields from other fields? So sections are very helpful. So I can put like personal information. Okay. So this section should be visible on detail page, which means when you are seeing the details, this is called detail section. Okay, if you make it true, then only it will be visible. If you make it false, it won't be visible. So that's the again catch. Second is edit page. This means when you are editing the page. So when you are editing the page, here also section should be available. That's what that other checkbox means. So that's the use of dragging the section, one column, two column, Okay, and you click on OK. I wanted two column. Now you have it here. Now you can put the fields from this section to above section. Similarly, hobbies is a personal detail. I'll put it here. Okay. Now, email is a personal email. I'll put it here. Similarly, gender, I'll put it here. Okay. So this is the personal detail. Now, if you see there is a section still available here, but it is grayed out. Reason being is if you go ahead and click here, settings, section properties. So you can, once after putting section, you can update it with the help of this setting icon. You come here, it is not visible on the detail page. That's the reason it is grayed out. Okay. You click it, okay, it will be visible. Okay. But if you don't want, let it be, cancel it. You don't want to see it. Bring a new section. Okay. And here, let me bring it. Here, name it as account details. Account details. Okay. Same visible. You do it. Then just put your account detail fields here. Put it here. Start date also you can put it here. So that's how you can create sections. That's all I'm gonna just show you guys here. And you can put your layout whichever way you want actually. And this will be very frequently used when you guys will be working in the organizations. Okay, they will ask you to design layout based on some parameters and you guys have to design it. System information is again one more section where you can put the fields which are not being used by any salesperson. I'll check this detail page and see the gray out will go away. Now you can use it. So few fields I'll put it here because these are not being used by anybody. These are like read-only fields and nobody will be using it. So that's the reason I'm putting them here. Now, if I save it, so my, first um, field uh, point is covered where I have set all of them. I mean, the layout, the sections, if you see, now this is looking much better than before. So that's how you can design your page. Okay. Next is, I also told you guys, you see this lock icon, it means this field is read only. Okay. You go to the layout, you come here, okay, in the system information, you don't have pencil icon for these. It means these are read only. That's how you can recognize read only from layout easily. Wherever you see star, those are mandatory. Okay. Now from here also, if you see there is a minus icon, you can remove it field. Then there is a property icon. With this also, you can make the field as required. I repeat, on page layout, if you want to make field required, you can use this. If you want a field required, mandatory, which you want to fill it, as soon as you create a record, you can make that field mandatory from the field. While you are creating field, you get a required checkbox. Okay, when we were learning how to create fields, at that time we learned that if you make that checkbox true, it will be by default required. But if you are not making required at that time, you can make it required later also. But when it comes to the page layout, here also you can make it required. So now you guys will be having question why it is, two places you have this attribute required. Click on setting icon, you can see that here also you have required attribute. You click on OK, this field will also get required. Now next time if somebody comes, he has to fill the email also. Same field you would have made required from the field label, but you did not do it. Okay. Reason being, I'm doing it on layout. It means whoever is having access to this layout, for that user only this is required. I repeat, if let's suppose there are two layouts, one layout, this email field is mandatory. On another layout, it's not mandatory. That's where the use case comes to make the field required. And that layout is assigned to one profile. This layout is assigned to another profile. One profile has this required, another profile, this does not make sense for them, so it's not required. So that's how you can distinguish making it required. Similarly, read only. For few user, you want to make it read only, so you can do it from here. Okay. So that's a use case for that. And any doubt, guys? Moving ahead, there is a related list part. So as I told you guys in the last chapter when we were learning lookup and master detail, so whenever you create a master detail or lookup fields on child object, there will be a related list created on the parent object to see those childs. So now you need to
Hello.
add, yeah,
We don't.
yeah,
Can you please scroll down? See, the fees and emails are there, right? So we can
mhm.
create the new one from directly here. The
No,
create
no,
option there.
you cannot create any field from here. Field creation, you have to do it from there. To design the layout, you can just do it from here. So
Okay, okay,
designing can be done from here. Creation cannot be done.
okay. So designing is same process, right? We have to go and we have to create in the profile.
Yeah, when it comes to the designing, first you should have a prerequisite for that. It means you should have an object created, you should have
Okay,
fields created. Then once you have fields, now you can design the layout, which means how they should appear on the page. You see
okay,
the
okay,
student, this page previously was very looking, it was not looking good. We designed it in such a way that we segregated in two column, we put sections. So that's how the designing works. Now, once you design it, it is applicable for, let me show you guys. It's applicable for, you come here, page layout, there's a page layout assignment. It's applicable for all the profiles which you see left side. For these all profiles, including system admin, this layout is applicable. So it means all these profile will see this layout, which is updated one as this. So that's the profile level management. If you have another layout, then you can edit the assignment and you can give different layout to different profile. Okay, you can create one more layout from here by new. I click new. It will ask me to clone because there are, and let me clone it and I'll say add as a sales student layout. So now I'm creating one more layout for sales profile. And from here, I can, again, I've cloned it so it will have similar. So on for sales profile, uh, I would say which field does not matter. Let's suppose active does not matter. So you can remove this active fields, you can save it. So this is removed from sales profile, but it is still available to other layout, which is student layout. This layout is not impacted if you update the other. So that's how, two layouts can be created, but those will be assigned based on page layout assignment. You come here. Now, right now, if you see, all of them has a student layout. Now you have to edit it. And for sales profile, okay, let's suppose you want to go for sales. And let me check where, let's suppose, yeah, this is a sales profile. Okay, I selected this profile. I went to the drop down. I assigned as sales student layout. And then I will save it. It means now sales profile will have sales student layout. So they will not be able to see is active checkbox. As simple as that. Whoever is a user created under this profile will not be able to see is active field, which is visible to system admin. This one. So that's how you can manage the layout on different profile. Okay. And this is how actually multiple departments work. So there are multiple departments, sales, marketing, they are accessing same student object. But as you guys know, sales should not have access to marketing team details. Marketing team details should not have access to sales detail. So that way you can distinguish and differentiate. Any doubt now, Lava Divakar?
Yeah, fine.
Cool. Now related list. As I told you guys, child on the parent can be visible under related list. That's the use of related list. So you can, if there is any child for a student, okay, if you guys have created any child for a student, you should be able to see their related list here. Okay, and you can just drag it and paste it here. Okay, that's one use of having the layout. Second is the setting icon help you to add columns. Okay. How it appears, let me show you guys. So if you go to account, okay, you go to DV and then you can see in the related section, you see all these are related lists. Now in the student, you see only one layout, sorry, one column here. Now let me go and design the account layout. Okay. There we will learn about updating the columns on the related list. You go here, account, page layout. So these, if you see, there are four because those are again, as I told you guys, you can check it based on layout assignment, which layout is assigned to system admin because you are seeing which layout you don't know, right? So you should come here. You see system admin is using account layout. And if you see other user like marketing team using marketing layout, sales is using sales, support is using support. This is one more example. How can you differentiate? So now you go to account layout and here you go to related list section. You come here now for a student related list. You click on setting icon. You see one field is there. You can add other field also like account type. You can add created date. Okay. And then you can save it. To save it, okay, you have to just zoom out your screen because save button is hidden down. So I'll just zoom out. Yeah. So I have OK button. I click on it. I'll save it. Once it is saved, I'll go back to my account page and I can easily refresh it. Okay, you come down. Now you guys, you see, you have more columns. So you don't need to navigate on this record to see the type or created date. You can have easy access to them. That's how you can manage the related list. Next, and the last is about the mobile and lightning actions. Okay. This means, as I told you guys, buttons. So the buttons which you see on the top header, these buttons are being managed from the layout, which is mobile and lightning action as an option. You can remove it. So let's suppose an example. You want to remove new contact. You go to layout for that particular, go to mobile and lightning actions. This is the headings. Just remove this new contact, drag it, put it on top. Then you just save it. Okay, so that's how you can remove the button which are unwanted, or if you have created any button, you can put them here. So this is how you can configure the buttons. Okay, if you see, new contact is removed. So that's all is about the layout. Now this is one topic which is finished. Now we will go with the next designing aspect, okay, which is Flexi page, or you can say lightning record page. So let's do the same on student again. We'll start from the student. You come here, you can see the student available. Now, if you see this page, this is called highlighted panel. This is called activity tab. Inside that, you see activity. These are called tabs. You can switch between them, and once you switch here, this is the related list tab. And you come here, detail, you can see the record details here. So now you can configure anything on this page. Okay. When I say configure, record details, you have learned how to configure it from layout, but you don't know about this. How can you configure this? You know about these button configuration. You don't know about this. When you go to related, you know about configuring related details. But what if you want to create more tabs like related, detail, then more, then more? That you cannot do it from page layout. You cannot handle the position of these components. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 components on this page. If you want to put it this into right side, this to left, this header should come down. So you cannot handle it from page layout. And that's where the Flexi page comes into the picture. Now, to create a Flexi page, you go to setting icon, click on edit page. Okay. That's where you can, configure your Flexi page. So you are here now. So there are three sections which you can see on the page. It's divided into three sections: left, center, and the right side. So the left section is the component section where you can get all the components. Okay. The center section is the preview section, which means it will show you the preview. Whatever you do the change, how it will appear on the page, it will be showing here. Right section will be the properties section, which means if I click on this blank area, it is a page property. And the name of the page is student record page. The developer name, which is unique, is this. Template is header and right sidebar. Header, right sidebar. You can change the template. Okay, so right now you see three components here. So if you see, these are the previews of such, header with lights out sidebar. This is currently you are having. So you can change header with one region, three region. You can change it based on your needs. So let's suppose I want to go for three region. Go ahead, click on next. You want to see header, main region, right bar, yes. Current is will be changed to new. So if you see, your complete template will be changed. You see? Now if you save it, so this is first time I'm saving. Remember guys, whenever you save first time, it will ask you to activate it. So you have to click on activate. And then once you click on activate, you will get one more option and you have to click on assign as or default, which means this particular page will be assigned as default for desktop and phone, and it will remain as it is. If you don't assign it as default, it means it won't be visible. So I repeat, once you save it, you have to click on activate and assign as or default to see it as a default for your page. So that's the important thing. Once you activate it, again click on save, just to make sure that whatever changes you have done, it should be saved. Now you go back, okay? Now you go back and open your student page. Okay, you go to student page, and from here, you should be able to see the updated Flexi page, or you can say Lightning Record page. Both are same thing. Flexi page or Lightning Record page are same name, same thing. Okay, those are, if you see, it's updated. So now, if you want to, configure it more, you can play around. Okay, how can you do that? You click on this tab. If you click on this, if you see the tab properties open, you want to increase any tab, you can click on add tab. You click on add tab, and the tab name is detail right now. You can click on the detail and you can select any existing name, like whichever you want, or you can custom the name. Click on custom, give it as name as, you can say, list view. Okay, which you guys have learned last time. You click on list view, click on done. You see now there is a new tab with list view name. And now you can add anything here. You see add component. So from the left side, you search for list view component. You drag it from here, you put it here. So drag and drop will help you. And you will keep seeing the previews. So you drag it to the center and then you can see it. You see all list view of the student will be visible here. I repeat, if you go here to the student, this is the list view. Whatever you see it in all list view, it will be further visible here now. So that's how you can add components. To remove a component, you can click on this bin icon. It will be deleted. Similarly, you can configure anything. If you want to add any related list, okay, you can add it here directly. Right now, if you see, you guys have to click on related, then you guys see it. So it's better that you click add the related list here. You go here and there is an option to remove. You can remove it from here. So now if you see, only one tab is there, detail, other one you have removed. That's how you can remove component or add any tab or add any component from the left side. Okay. And whenever you do any change, you have to again save it. Remember this, without save, you won't be able to see it. Now you go back to the page. Okay, and then again you can refresh it. And then you should be able to see the updated details. So you go to this. So the Flexi page is much powerful, guys. Okay. And whenever you do the change, make sure you guys refresh the page. Okay. Without refreshing, you will not get the latest preview. Okay. So there is an internet problem, I guess. Let me refresh it again. That's fine. Yeah, it's so this is how the updated views looks like. This is one more thing which you guys have learned. The next thing is this. If you click on this, it is named as highlight panel. Sometimes what happens is you removed it and but you don't know how to put it back. So remember the names. There are key things. This is highlight panel. Highlight panel will show you on the top highlighted details where you can see the buttons as well. So highlighted panel is the most important thing. Okay. So you can put it, you can also drag it and drop it down. Okay. Remember guys, any component you can move it up, down, anywhere. Okay. So that's how you can manage your components. Based on, look and feel, you can move it. So let's suppose I want to move the detail section on the top. And this detail, I don't want anything for now. Okay, you can keep it as it is here. This is the highlight panel basically. Okay. And so that's how you can configure based on your requirement. So there are a few things, a few components which I should make you guys to understand. Accordion, if I drag it here, accordion is nothing but collapsible sections. Okay. You put your detail section here. Okay. Other one is collapsed. Okay. So if you see, if you open any other one will be collapsed. So that's how you can manage, multiple accordions and you can collapse and see them one after the other. So this is collapsible. Other things you can ignore, no use. I mean, these are useful in many ways, but not useful for you guys because you guys will not be working for these. Highlight panel, as I told you guys, you can drag it and drop it here. So it will show you the button section. Okay. So that's about highlight panel. List view you have already seen. Record detail, as I told you guys, to see the record detail, you can drag it and drop it. So all the record detail will be visible. This is for the mobile. If you want single related list, let's suppose one page has 10 related lists, but you want only one, you can drag this one and put it there. That's about the related list. Uh, then this is all related lists will come. Links to related list will come with this. So these things you can use. You want to put some text, you can use rich text on your page. Okay, easily. So that's the last one. And you can see these tabs are also there, right? And tab can be managed with the tab component. Okay. So this is the tab component. If you drag it, put it here, you can add or remove tab or you can add anything from tab. Let's suppose I'm adding it somewhere here. So if you see two tabs are there, now you can add any component inside this tab. So let's suppose I want to add this rich text here. And this rich text, you want to add anything here. So this is a box. You can type this is a related list. Okay. You can bold it, italic. So you can configure it however you want, color, code, or anything. Okay. So that's how you can manage the component whatever way you want. You can beautify your layout, arrange your layout, and that's how the Flexi page is useful. There's one more thing on Flexi page is visibility. Okay. Let's suppose you want to hide this particular section or component, you can use set component visibility part. Okay. So if somebody asks you what's the use of Flexi page, tell them you can manage the components on the Flexi page easily. You can add the components in the Flexi page wherever you need it. You can show and hide components based on the component visibility easily. Okay. And you can say you can show the text, hardcode text message whenever needed. And that can also be visible based on condition. Okay. You can also tell them that uh, accordion, which is a good option. So once you want to design a layout, okay, like this, and you want to design a custom accordion, you can easily add it, which will be opened one at a time. So everything will be collapsed, only one will be open. Right now, you can open multiple in page layout because it's managed by page layout. But if it is accordion, if you collapse another one, other one will, sorry, if you expand one, other will be collapsed automatically. So that can only be done by Flexi page. Okay. When it comes to visibility, guys, you click on the component, click on add visibility, and from here you can select like if account type is customer direct, show this field. So that's how you can manage the visibility. Okay. You click on done, you save it. Okay. So this particular component, you see I is there, which means it has a visibility set. Whenever account type contains direct, it will be visible. So I've saved it. Now if I go back, refresh this page. Okay, so if you see, it is visible because account type contains the direct. Now, if you change the account, okay, to something else and which does not have direct, it should disappear. Okay, so that thing can be done with the help of visibility attribute. Okay, so that's the all use of Flexi page, guys. Any doubt? So if I
No.
save it right now, you see the top section is gone because it was on if the account type is direct. Right now it is blank, so it's gone. So that's all about the Flexi page. So you guys understand it, learn it, okay? And we will catch up in the next session. Okay, go through these videos again. It would be more helpful and come up with question tomorrow and you can take them.
Yeah.
Sure, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.